Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. So now we're going to cover the multicolored Kamigawa cards. Let's get to it. This is the part I was actually excited to see which ones I can use as my commander. Asari, Captain, 3 colorless, 1 green, 3 colorless, 1 red, 1 white for a 4/3 human samurai with haste. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each samurai or warrior you control. Not bad. I mean, the problem is it doesn't do anything about making it unblockable or swinging in for like 10 damage on the turn it enters, but still, it does have a battle effect, which can make a big difference in the game that you're playing if you have the right cards out. Next, Colossal Sky Turtle, 4 colorless, 2 green, and 1 blue for an enchantment creature turtle, flying and ward 2. Ward is actually pretty powerful. Channel, 2 colors, 1 green, discard Colossus Sky Turtle. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand, and channel 1 green, 1 blue, 1 colorless, discard Sky Turtle, return target creature to its owner's hand. So, it's got 3 different ways to use this card. It's got one way to get you a return from the graveyard in case you need something that you lost or used earlier. And it has a way to instantly return a creature to its owner's hand, set them back a turn if you just time this right. I think this is actually a really insane card, and in limited it's just going to be super obnoxious. Iganjo, Uprising, pay X and 1 red, 1 white for a sorcery. Create X 2/2 white samurai creature tokens with vigilance. They gain menace and haste until end of turn. Okay. Each opponent creates X minus 1 2/2 white samurai creature tokens with vigilance. So I think this card with this card. Wait, no. You need trample. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I'm not too sure because they're getting almost as many creatures as you, and they're not paying for their turn. So yeah, I don't know what the best way to use that card is. Maybe enter the battlefield abilities. If you guys know, let me know. Enthusiastic Mecha-Naut. 1 red, 1 blue for a 2/2 flying artifact creature Goblin Artificer. With artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That is insanely good. I like the fact that it's an artifact as well. Gloom Shrieker, 1 black, 1 green, 1 colorless for an enchantment creature Cat Beast, 2/1 with menace. When Gloom Shrieker enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If Gloom Shrieker would die, exile it. Okay, so this card had so much going for it, and it still has a lot going for it, but it does say when it dies, it just disappears. And that's kind of how they got around the fact that this is actually just as good. But, I mean, sorry, a bit worse than the other card. Forgot the other card, but, you know, the most popular green card. So, yeah, I think this is actually not a bad card. If you can put it in a flicker deck, but I don't think green and black have many flicker abilities. Still feels kind of cool, looks kind of cool. Greasefang Okiba Boss. 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 white for a 4/3 rat pilot legendary creature. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to your owner's hand at the beginning of your next end step. It's already 3 mana for a 4/3, pretty powerful. This thing can pilot some very powerful stuff in the equipment side, and literally just swing with it on the turn it comes in. Here's the most broken card in this set. Wait, can I say that properly? Yes. Hinata, Dawn Crown, 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white for a 4/4 flying trample legendary creature Kirin Spirit. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. So the more targets, the less it costs. So I think Hex would be 2 black. You play Hex for 2 black. I think I'd play Hex for 2 black. Sorry, Hex isn't black. Cyclonic Rift. Like, that'll be... Wait, am I thinking about this wrong? Because Cyclonic Rift, you overload it, and then it targets every other creature that is not on your side. Vandal Blast, same thing. It'll be 1 red if it's anything above 3 for their opponents, because it does say Cyclonic Rift applies the return target creature to your owner's hand, to everything. Actually, how does Cyclonic Rift work with hexproof? Maybe I'm reading that wrong. There is a way, there's so many ways to break this card. I just haven't made a deck around it, but I know one of my friends does. And yeah, the next part is even worse. Spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. Oh, just brutal. Invigorating Hot Springs, 1 colorless, 1 red, 1 green for an enchantment. Invigorating Hot Springs, enter the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Modified creatures you control have haste. Pretty cool. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Invigorating Hot Spring. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery and once each turn. Still, I like it. Too bad there's no red in sorry, not Addison. God, mental blank. But I haven't got red in my +1/+1 deck. But if you have a +1/+1 counters deck and it's got red, this seems like a shoe-in. Ishin, 2 heavens as 1, 1 black, 1 white, 1 red for a 3/4 legendary creature human samurai. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a opponent you control, to trigger that ability triggers an additional time. Now it does say you control, so you can put curses on people, and you can put that goad, I think the goad ones, which say when enchantments, you can enchant other people's creatures and do funky stuff with that. So I think this guy's actually pretty cool. There's a few different ways you can build around him, but he's going to have so many people try him out, so it's not going to be that interesting for the first couple of months. Jukai Naturalist, 1 green, 1 white for a 2/2 enchantment creature human monk with lifelink. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to spell. Just threw him into an enchantment deck. Nothing special. Kaitu Shizuki, 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black for a legendary planeswalker Kaitu, who is at 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaitu enters the battlefield this turn, he phases out. So he protects himself on the turn he enters, I guess. Draw a card, then discard a card unless you attack this turn. Pretty cool. Create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature cannot be blocked. Perfect for ninjas. And -7, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for a blue or black creature card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. That feels powerful depending on the deck. Also, is that a raccoon or something? Anyway, feels pretty powerful. Depends on the deck. It's not completely broken. So, you got that going for you. Kotos, the Silent Spider, 3 colors, 1 black, 1 blue for a 4/4 legendary creature human ninja without ninjutsu. When Kotos enters the battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land from an opponent's graveyard. Search that player's library, graveyard, hand, and library for that card. For any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them, then that player shuffles. For as long as you control Kotos, you may play one of the exiled cards. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to spend it. Now, is this card okay in Commander? It says you can go and find 1 card in the person's graveyard and exile it. They're not going to have too many copies or any more copies of that card. So you can play 1 card from the graveyard with this card. Now, I actually don't think that's that good, but in certain decks where you can have unlimited amounts of certain cards, maybe this card is amazing. But, it's mostly probably something you can see in Standard, but even then it's too expensive. Naomi, Pillar of Order, 3 colors, 1 black, 1 white for a 4/4 legendary creature human advisor. When Naomi, Pillar of Order, enters the battlefield or attacks, if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. There's nothing special on that one. Oni Cult Anvil, 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 red for an artifact. Whenever 1 or more artifacts you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This ability only triggers once each turn. Okay, and it's only during your turn. Then you can tap, sacrifice an artifact, only deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. This is okay. It's not completely broken. There's no super really big way to bust this. You can't make a good infinite or anything by the looks of it, so it's not that impressive. It's okay. Prodigies Prototype. I like the fact that it's a free sack outlet for artifacts. Prodigies Prototype. 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 white for a 3/4 artifact vehicle. Whenever one or more vehicle you control attacks, create a 1/1 pilot creature token with this creature crew's vehicles as though where its power was 2 greater, and it's got crew 2. Actually pretty good. It just creates a ton of pilots everywhere. Yeah, I like it. This card is actually insane now I think about it, because this literally just says, in fact, it doesn't even have to become a creature for that first part. It's a 3 mana that says whenever a vehicle becomes attacks, which you want to do with vehicles because they're usually bigger than the creatures, you just get more and more pilots. So this is kind of like a snowball effect. You put out 1 vehicle and then 1 pilot, and then you attack. Then you get another vehicle and then, another pilot, and then you can just keep stacking that up. As long as you have enough vehicles, you just go crazy. Ryu Storm's Edge, 2 colorless, 1 red, 1 white for a 3/3 legendary creature human samurai with first strike. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, untap it if it is the first combat step after this turn. If it's the first combat step of this turn, there is an additional combat phase after this phase. Yeah, that's pretty powerful in the right deck. Well, warrior deck. Sadly, he's a samurai. Ugh, the worst. Risona, Asari Commander, 1 red, 1 white, 1 colorless for a 3/3 haste legendary creature human samurai. When Risona deals combat damage to a player, which is very limiting, if it does not have an indestructible counter on it, put an indestructible counter on it. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you, remove an indestructible counter from Risona. So she attacks and then protects. That's funny. Satoru Umazawa, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 colorless for a 2/4 legendary creature human ninja, and his most broken ability, which I think is the reason why he's so cheap right now, because no one actually wants to ever play him. And he's also surprisingly just a gold, not mythic. Each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu for 2 colors, 1 black, 1 blue. So Blightsteel Colossus can just come raging in. Yeah, pretty powerful. But his first ability is actually perfectly fine and actually really cool. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. This ability only triggers once each turn. Pretty cool. Yeah, he just does like a brainstorm whenever you ninjutsu. Actually, that's insane. Next, Satsuku the Living Law, 1 white, 1 green for a 1/3 legendary creature human druid. Tap, put a low counter on each saga you control. So this is the saga legendary creature. So if you've got all the sagas, this is the one to pick up. Mostly in green and white, sadly. Put a low counter on each saga you control. Activate only as a sorcery. When Satsuki dies, choose 1, return target saga or enchantment creature you control to its owner's hand. Return target saga from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, so you can either protect a saga that's already on the field, or you can find one in the graveyard. Still pretty cool that you can just get saga value with this card. Silverfur Master. Oh, that's actually pretty cute. 1 blue, 1 black for a 2/2 rat ninja with ninjutsu, 1 blue, 1 black. Ninjutsu abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate. Oh my god, this guy's insane. Other ninjas and rogue creatures you control get +1/+1. This is insane. This card is not a... This card is like a... Yeah, I feel like this card is insane for a ninja. Too bad he's not legendary, then I'll just put him as my commander. Looks cool too. Spirit Sister's Call, 3 colors, 1 black, 1 white for enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card from your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and against if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Too much text. I forgot what it does already. Cameo completed. Sage, 2 colorless, 1 green, and Phyrexian, blue or green, and a blue, weirdly ordered. Legendary Planeswalker Tameo with a 5 loyalty counter. So, 4 mana, 2 life, and a 5 loyalty counter. Not that bad. +1. Tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. That's okay in Singleton. In Commander, that doesn't help as much. -X. Exile target non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. That's kind of cool. In those colors. -7. Create Cameo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast, cost 2 less to cast, and tap draw a card. See, the thing is, it creates an artifact token, but it's only 7 to tick up. So this card is kind of weird because it gives you not something that's going to completely break the game in all of its abilities, but it comes with such a high loyalty to begin with that you might be able to get to at least the ability to make all your spells cost 2 less and to draw a card on the turn, well, it would be turn 3 after you play this, which is maybe not that impressive in Commander. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed. I will continue until I'm finished with the artifacts, and then I think it's just sagas and lands, but hopefully I can get those knocked out in one go. Anyways, have a good time, and see you next time.